Oh, it's like a real buckaroo. Why are you guys starting the vlog without me? What's going on? It is your boy Chris. Welcome back to the channel. It is a Friday vlog instead of a Thursday vlog this week. I fell off of my routine. Still been doing 2 a week, but just fell off of the days, so bear with me. Monday we'll be back, and we'll be back to Thursdays as well next week. But hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Hope you guys had an awesome week, guys and girls. Hope you were going into the weekend blessed, positive, and grateful for the week that just passed and the week that's coming. On that note, I ask that you please hit the like button, smash and subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, alright? And let's jump right into it. Alright. Today's vlog is brought to you in part by Red Cups. Today's vlog is about trading psychology. And if you notice, there's no computers around, there's no iPad. Why? Because trading psychology is up in here. Trading is, as we all know it, 80, if not more, percentile, but 80%, and the rest is skill, the other 20%. I want to say it's closer to like 85-15 or 90-10, but we're just going to call it 80-20 for argument's sake. Trading is based off of money. Psychology is based off of humans. Humans have emotions towards money. If you can eliminate the emotions you have towards money, then the level of psychology that you're going to have when you're approaching the market, the level of psychology you're going to have when you're approaching, again, not just trading, but when you approach now a business venture or an opportunity or anything that can multiply that money or potentially lose that money, you have to be detached from emotion. Your emotions have to be detached from that money. People, and I'm not really sure why we've always attached emotions to money, but you have to get to a point where you can literally grab $100 bill and you can grab a lighter and light it on fire and not be upset about it. Whether that's your $100 that you have or you have $10,000 or $100,000, no matter the amount of money that you have, you can't change the value of a dollar. A dollar is a dollar is a dollar, whether you have a dollar or you have $1 million. A dollar is a dollar. And my value for money has never changed no matter what, but my emotions towards it have, and I just have zero emotions towards money. I have zero emotions towards if a trade goes bad. I have zero emotions towards losing everything, which I've been through years ago. I have zero emotions just with anything to do with money, and it came from a lot of I feel like a lot of emotions tied to money comes from our upbringing. Obviously it's going to be affected by the type of upbringing we have. So if we grow up and we always hear about, we're behind on the bills, or oh this, or oh that money, and it's always a negative connotation with money, and then you see how those people react, whether it's your parents or family members or friends or whatever it is, you see how those people react when money's involved. You can kind of reverse engineer it and say, well, like, you know what, I don't want to react. I don't want to be in that situation that person is in or was in, and I don't want to react the way that they did. And slowly but surely you start to untangle the knot of what we have, which is the knot of emotions that we have towards money, and you start to realize that it's nothing more than a piece of paper. It's nothing more than a number in a bank account, or the number on an app, or the number on a bank statement, or whatever the case is. And we're going to come back to trading now. Trading, if you can make $1 once, you can make it 1,000,000 times. There's nothing, it wasn't a miracle that you made $1. It wasn't a miracle that you won that trade. It wasn't a miracle that you made that sale. It wasn't a miracle that you flipped that property. It was the efforts of hard work. And I feel like the more prepared you are and the more effort you put into something and the more confidence you have with something, the less emotion you can attach to it, or maybe even detach completely from it and just see it for what it really is. Like money, depending on how you look at the universe and you look at life, like it's not really existent. Money doesn't really exist, right? It's manufactured a lot of the time the money that's being printed isn't actually being printed. It's just like, that's a whole different subject, a whole different vlog, but it's not really like the money that you have, it's not a tangible thing. Perfect example. Like, you can't walk into the bank tomorrow and say, you know what, go into my bank account and give me all that money cash. Like, no, that money needs to be ordered, especially if it's a large sum of money. That money needs to be ordered from somewhere, brought in, and then you get it. So it's not really something. I would love to know why we attach emotion to it. There's a lot of things in life that we shouldn't attach emotions to. I don't think that we should attach, or at least like a negative emotion towards it. It just comes down to knowing how to master yourself. It comes down to knowing how to operate within the bounds of your mind and pushing those bounds and boundaries, limits, whatever you want to call them, to greater levels and just greater understandings and greater capacities to say, you know what, like, I'm going to take this $1,000, or I'm going to take this 10,000, or I'm going to take the 100,000, and I'm going to invest it into this property, or invest it into this trading account, or invest it with this person that trades, or whatever the case is. And anytime you're doing something like that, anytime you're putting an investment into something, you have to almost like, not almost, you have to look at it like it's gone, because realistically, like, that is gone. So you just, if you detach from it instantly, then there's no attachments down the road. So you have no expectations, you have no disappointments, there's nothing. You looked at that as if it was gone. And when money starts coming in from the property, when you start making profit off your trades, so on and so forth, then you're like, oh, you know what, like, this is, look, I'm like getting money from this now, you know. Again, it goes back to whether you have $100 or you have $100,000. It doesn't really matter. It matters how you perceive it, because I've been broke before. This was like pre-trading days, and I had like maybe like $20 or $30, and I gave almost more than half of it, or almost all of it, to a homeless person, because I just knew that I had opportunities that would allow me to make that money back, whereas maybe like they don't, and they need that to go buy food, or they need that to go get a coffee, or to go to the shelter, or whatever the case is. I just felt like they needed it more, and I had more opportunities to just make that back. And I just feel like whatever you put into the universe, whatever energy you put into the universe, if you're putting in scarcity and you're putting in anxiety and nervousness every time you go and take a trade, then you're probably taking a trade based off emotion, especially bad emotions that you shouldn't be. And it's more than likely going to reflect in the results of that trade. It's going to show, like, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I should take this trade because it's 9:30 and the market's going to pick up, then either don't trade, or figure out why you're so unsure and so nervous about that trade. Because when I trade, I don't trade high frequency. I used to take like 20, 30, 40 positions a day, and I still had the same confidence as I do now. Obviously, my confidence is like a whole different level now when it comes to trading, but I wasn't like I ever had anxiety or like nervousness when I would go to trade. I just, like, at the time, that's the way I traded. That's the style I traded. I scalped 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 30 pips, whatever the market would give me, just in and out of positions, in and out of positions. Now I just like to be patient, wait for that really, really nice, juicy setup it's gonna pay off waiting for. And there's one of them a day, two of them a day. Sometimes it takes like 2-3 days to play out to the size that you want it to. Sometimes it happens in an hour or two, whatever the case is. But I've just learned to be a lot more patient than I was previously in my trading career. And I know things like the easiest way to master psychology and trading is just simply having confirmations as to like what you look for. Like, if you know that like your success rate is 70% or 80% when you have 5 out of 10 things that you're looking for, then look for 5 out of the 10 things. If it's not there, then just like wait until you see a setup that you're confident in. And that's why like I can trade without a stop loss. That's why I can go to sleep without a stop loss, because I see how the market's playing out. I monitor my trade, obviously, like once an hour, once every like 2 hours. Or if I have more time and I just want to sit there, I'll just keep an eye on it while I'm doing something else, whatever the case is. But I've built I've detached my emotions from money just because there's always more of it. So there's no point in having emotions towards losing money, because you're going to make more whether you have a job or whether you're a trader or you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case is. If you have emotions towards money, I think that's like, I just feel like having emotions towards money is one of like the lowest vibrations, sorry, that you can be at, because it's not something that's like real, or like it's an, what's the word, inanimate object. Like it's just there. It doesn't do anything. We place the value onto it, and without us placing that value onto it, it's just worthless. It's a piece of paper, or it's a bank account number, whatever the case is. But the sooner you can detach your emotions from money, the more successful you'll actually end up being. Whether, and again, not even with trading, but like if you invest in real estate, or you're an entrepreneur, or you have your own business, or even just being an employee somewhere, or being a manager of somewhere, or whatever the case is, the sooner you detach from the value of money and you detach emotions from money, the sooner you'll become successful and see more of it come into your life, because you don't look at it as something that's scarce. Because when you have a negative emotion towards money, you look at it in a way that it's scarce and it's very hard to get, and so on and so forth in that realm. Whereas if you look at it as just something that's abundant and something that's around you, and there's always opportunities no matter what you do or where you are in life, you're not really like bothered by any amount of money, and you're also not infatuated or elated by any amount of money. You just look at it, and it's a tool to live the life that you want, or it's a tool to help people live the lives they want, or it's a tool to inspire others, or it's a tool to fulfill your dreams, or to go traveling, whatever the case is. But money is nothing more than a tool. And like, you don't apply emotions to a hammer, you don't apply emotions to your like washing machine or your dryer. So you have to look at money the same way. You can't apply emotions towards money, because it's nothing more than a tool. It's nothing more than just like a little chisel to help you get to where you want to go in life. So I think that the number one thing that not even just traders, I think that everybody in the world needs to do, and I think that the world would be so much of a better place as well, is detach their emotions from money and just realize that like abundance is around them. We're in the greatest and most incredible time to be able to make money, and to live with a mindset that money is scarce is just based off of your upbringing, and it's just based off of ignorance and not really being aware of like anything that's going on around you. Just living. If you look at money as being scarce, then you probably look at everything in life as scarcity. So there's a lot of rewiring that you need to do in your brain, but not in an offensive way. It's just your brain is where all your information's held, and you need to do a lot of rewiring to untangle that mess and perceive things for what they really are, not for what we want them to be. But I hope this inspires you. I hope this brings you some sort of knowledge and insight as to how to not only master psychology and trading, but just, I guess, master psychology overall in life. And I will see you on Monday. Peace.